Okay, everybody, I'm just hitting the live stream to YouTube. We should now be on YouTube. Right, okay, yeah, we're live. Hey.
You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Crystal clear. Testing. Good, Peter. You know what I need to do really quickly? I'll be right back.
TJ went really low then. I'll be right back.
I'm back.
You know what it is? I was able to hear the echo through the phone hosting spaces, and it was driving me nuts.
Yeah. Because you can't turn it down, can you? You can't fully turn it down when you host.
Can't fully mute it, so I put it in a drawer.
I've always wondered why you put it in a drawer. That makes sense.
I have reasons for everything. How's everyone doing today?
I'm doing great, man.
Good.
Real swell.
Good.
Awesome to have you on video, Peter.
Yeah.
Honored to
this
be
is such a treat.
Oh, shush.
Oh, shush.
I know. Fun fact for everyone. So we utilized a couple of different platforms for our team meetings. Sometimes we'll do voice chats on Discord, or we'll do them directly in Telegram chats. But if anyone's ever doing a meeting with me, I force them onto Zoom, just because I'm trained that way. I'm so used to Zoom for official meetings. So I make Peter get on video with me all the time. It's pretty funny.
Takes me back to March 2020 for sure.
When Zoom started to kick off. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It's an exciting week as always over here at EverRise. Jen, you want to kick it off as usual?
Yeah. So as you guys know, I'm primarily focused right now on our VC raise, and we're making a lot of really, really good progress. The team actually saw the pitch for the first time last week, which was really fun getting their feedback. And yeah, I mean, I know I'm not really saying a whole lot, but there's just not much to share at this point, apart from there are a lot of exciting meetings lined up, and we're pretty much here, buckling in, strapping up, crossing our fingers, and we're very, very excited to take this thing to market. So I think those are the pretty big updates from our end. In terms of marketing, as you guys saw, if you didn't see on Twitter last week, we did have a quiz go out with BSC Daily talking about education around staking, and specifically the EverRise staking. So comparing staking that's currently available versus what we're doing. We're also gearing up and ramping up the educational content quite a bit. So expect to be doing a lot of reading about some things within DeFi. I mean, those are kind of the high level things. Sorry, DJ, that wasn't as eloquent as it usually is.
That was perfect, Jen. That was perfect. Not every week is eloquent. It is what it is.
Good. Not as bad as... Oh, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just going to say, if anyone wants to raise their hand while we do the introduction, that way we can bring you up when we are done. But Jen, carry on, please.
Oh, no, I was just talking about, I think the most ineloquent time was after a Friday wrap-up that I was doing, and I was experiencing some technical difficulties with it. And so we finished the wrap-up. I get in my earphone Jason telling me that I'm clear, and I start having a whole conversation with Jason about like, oh my goodness, that was so rough. And it turns out I was still live, because I got a little ping from Suresh. He was like, Jen, you're still live.
The terminology was, that was brutal.
I was glad you didn't say anything way worse, to be honest. Like I knew you weren't aware that you were off.
It was because I shut the stream down on YouTube. The stream had yet to shut down on Twitter, because I have to press a second button, and I forgot to press the end stream button for Twitter. So I'm like, right, Jen, I've turned off the stream, and then I realized the moment she started to talk, so it kind of just came through. But yeah, I thought it was funny, and I think everybody else did. But ever since then, I've always been like very mindful about making sure I go through all the buttons before I say anything to Jen.
Yeah, and then I even wait like 3 seconds after Jason says, like, the stream is clear, and I'll just be standing there like smiling and be like,
Jen's like,
okay, are we clear?
Jen's like gets her phone up. She gets her phone up, goes to the Twitter and finds out just to make sure. She's like, I don't trust him anymore.
Oh, Good stuff. Joey, how are you, my friend?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much.
Hi. Yeah, I have a couple questions. On the block explorers, I can't see the vaulted tokens anymore. Is there a reason for that?
Let me see. Like the Evervault tokens?
Well, just like each contract has its own supply, and the supply should be accounted for on the block explorer, but there's like the largest holder is like 1.8 to 2 point something percent.
Yeah, I think Ben or one of the other developers, I think Ben did something to display that as a different, as not a holder. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Because people were freaking out when they first found the contract and they were going to BSC scan and they saw like number one holder held like 70% of the tokens on some of the chains. So I think that Ben looked into it and adjusted it.
All right, because I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's I don't know how they did that.
No, I don't either.
And then, like, obviously Phantom isn't, like, extenuating circumstances, but for the other ones, wouldn't it, I know it would be more beneficial to holders if it were done this way, but is there any particular way why balancing liquidity pools isn't done? Sorry, I got a phone call. Is there any reason it's not being balanced by Kraken transfers and buybacks?
Well, the buyback is automatic, so it kind of triggers a cross-chain buyback. It's not manually done depending on the balance of liquidity across each chain. Jen or TJ, Peter, do you have anything else to say on that?
Yeah, I just think the extent to which liquidity is maintained and balanced, like whether it should be done manually or frequently or for the long term or for the short term, is really a deep mathematical question. I know Suresh and Ben consider it at length. They don't share always the sort of calculus-style reasons for whether, when, and why they choose to intervene, but the explanations are usually kind of more general. It would certainly be a good conversation for the folks in Discord, but for the time being, I think it's not necessarily an activist approach to liquidity balancing that we take, so much as a defensive approach. That's why the bridges were taken down, just to avoid a liquidity drain. But when you start talking about sort of activist proposals, then that takes on another kind of analysis, not only from a mathematical perspective, but also a regulatory one.
Yeah, and also we're wanting the markets to recover and sort themselves out, and all being well and good. You know, Phantom's obviously underperformed quite considerably compared to the other native coins. So we're hoping that that when markets do turn around, that Phantom will recover, and essentially the market will and with the price action that hopefully happens, I should say, on Phantom, people will be encouraged to transfer from other chains back over to Phantom and sell on Phantom, and then that again would help balance the liquidity across the 5 chains. It's like a natural process that would happen with the markets as opposed to intervening ourselves.
The other thing too, sorry, I'll just throw in one last thing, Joey, and then you can jump in. But I remember when we were talking about this and talking about market makers, that when it came to balancing the liquidity pools on the dexes, that we wanted to make sure that if there were arbitrage opportunities, that we were giving that to the community versus to a market maker or ourselves to balance it out. And I know Suresh oftentimes chooses to balance it out when he sees that the numbers within the liquidity pool are getting dangerously low or require immediate attention to prevent any collapse of a chain.
Yeah, and also, so it's also really important to realize as well that we're taking this action to obviously close the bridge to protect the holders across the across the whole 5 chains, because it was getting so out of sync that people that aren't even part of the community could come along and literally just really damage and take advantage of that arbitrage and kind of hurt the Phantom chain even more. So really kind of going back to what I'm saying, I think as a team, we're kind of hoping that that it will sort itself out over time. But I'm sure if there's any reason that Suresh or any of the team feel that they need to work out another solution, you'll be the first to know. Pretty much on that.
Yeah, because like mathematically, the way I see it, like as far as me personally, I'm like diversified in my allocation, like some arbitrage opportunities, some staking, etc. But as far as for like rebalancing, rather than it feeding my market maker side or arbitrage side of it, I think it would be best for me ultimately and everybody all around if it were implemented through buybacks. And that rewards stakers, and most stakers are 36 months. So for me, ultimately, it would benefit every single one of my allocations if the rewards or the way it was balanced was in their hands. Like they're the locked wallets with penalty.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is, I don't want to speak for Jen or TJ or Peter, but going forward, we're monitoring the situation, and we're always got the interests of the Rise holders at mind at all times. So we're keeping monitoring it, and again, if there's any interventions that need to be made, any further interventions, we'll let you know ahead of time. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. I see TJ unmuted as well.
Oh, I've been unmuted this whole time. I actually don't think I've muted once.
Oh, sorry.
But great answers. Joey, do you have any other questions or follow-ups?
No, that's it. Just if I can find out how to see the vaulted tokens, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely. So Jen had already asked Ben, so as soon as we get an answer, I will let you know, or she will let you know.
Thank you, folks.
Absolutely. Have a great day. I'm going to be bringing up Stocks Crypto. And if those in Discord or on YouTube have questions, please feel free to type them and they will get relayed to this AMA. Stocks Crypto, how are you?
I'm doing good, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, wow. That's really nice. I wanted to say that you guys really did show a keen insight by halting the bridge during that really bad market time. And I'm a 36-month staker. And what else do I have? Any word? I know the market's really shaky right now, but any word on linking up with like a Binance, joining any kind of exchanges, major exchanges?
I'll go first if that's okay. I personally think that right now isn't the time to be pursuing any large exchange listings, especially a tier 1 exchange. With the market conditions being the way they are, I don't think it would actually be of much benefit. That's my own personal opinion. Right now, I think that our main job is to focus on building out the ecosystem and onboarding more projects into it. But I'll mute the mic and I'll let Jen, TJ, and Peter take over.
I'll just say that EverRise aims to be a widely known altcoin, and popular and widely known altcoins are listed everywhere, not because they hollered and screamed and shouted and paid a ton of money, but because they demonstrated success over time. We intend to demonstrate success over time, and exchanges will come.
Very well said, Peter. I can't sum it up better myself. Obviously, given the state of the market right now, as Jason said, it is not an ideal time to list on a tier 1 exchange. And if you do list on a tier 1 exchange, you get one shot. You get one listing and that's it. So obviously we want to keep building our ecosystem out. And my logic behind this always is we want to approach tier 1 exchanges when we have the adoption that we want, when we have a solid market condition, and when people can look at EverRise and see, wow, they have done this, they have done that. Look at they have 8 dApps out, because you get one first impression always in life. You get one first impression in crypto. You get one first impression, and we're going to keep building until we are ready to, hit those tier 1s. It's not right now. I think that would be a silly move on our part if we even approach them on our own end. But that's my personal opinion. It's just not the right time to be listing on exchanges, especially given the market conditions. Jen,
the only thing that I'll echo is exchanges will come when the timing is right. And then for these top tier exchanges, the amount of due diligence that is conducted on their end is pretty significant. So even if we were to submit, or if they reached out to us, it could take up to months for our application to be fully reviewed, based off of experience. So
Yeah.
when they will come, and you guys will be the first to know. Believe me when I say that.
Yeah, and we are in contact with, top level exchanges. We do have communications with them. It's not like, that they're not out of our mind completely. Is that fair to say, Jen? I mean, it's essentially there's a whole list of things that we have to go through when it comes to deciding when to potentially pursue an exchange listing. And right now, I don't think we've ticked off that many boxes, and I think it's not the right time to pursue an exchange listing, for the reasons I've said, and I think it would be a waste if we did.
Alrighty, copy that. Sounds good, guys. Appreciate it.
No, thank you for the question. I do appreciate it. And it's, a lot of people do say when exchanges, and I'll be completely honest. It's not like something that is at the foremost of our minds right now. And it's not actually something which is going to benefit the ecosystem in the short term. It's going to raise more awareness to Rise as a project, of course. I understand that. But when it comes to prioritization of the project, they will come. Like Jen said, they will come. And Pete was just saying a minute ago that we want exchanges to come to us and say, we've seen what you've built. It's freaking awesome, and we would love you to come on our exchange. We don't want to be, just pursuing it blindly and just hoping for the best. That's just not what we're about.
Who is in Mary Poppins' garden right now with all the birds chirping? What is going on?
Sounds lovely.
Is that in my background?
I think
I'm
all
actually.
the birds chirping.
I'm actually outside. So,
Lucky you. Enjoy it. Enjoy the weather. It sounds beautiful. And thank
Definitely.
you for your question. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Jason, I'm going to hand the mic over to you for a quick second. I pinned a tweet above. Do you want to explain what it is?
Hey, yeah, I mean, tomorrow night. So I've been thinking of like ways that I can kind of, interact with the community and again keep up the educational content. And Jen's done some great videos, and I know some of our old videos go across a few things as well. But what I want to do is I want to kind of do a weekly live stream where members of the community and people from outside the community can just drop in a chilled out session where we just sit down, we talk about getting into crypto, being on an exchange, how to get into DeFi, what does that entail, what you should look at doing, what you shouldn't do. And just essentially like some people that they may not even know how to use a hard wallet, or they wouldn't even know what a hard wallet is and the importance of using a hard wallet. So I want to kind of go through a few of these steps and go through the things I've learned and find out from the chat as well some things that people may want to kind of recommend, because our community is full of great information. So tomorrow night I'll be kind of looking over the ecosystem, connecting to the dApps, using the native coin transfer, showing it off basically. And I'll be more than happy to see as many risers as possible jump in, share the tweet, and make sure that we keep flying the EverRise flag and have more of a presence on YouTube. So I'm looking forward to it.
I love that, Jay. It's going to be exciting. And for those who are curious about the time conversion, that's at 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. So in just under 2 hours from now. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, and I just want to stress, it's going to be a laid-back atmosphere. No pressure. Everyone's invited to ask any question they want. There's no such thing as a silly question. So, again, more the merrier, honestly.
Amazing. Jen, I see you unmuted.
Yeah, real quick. Is Joey still in here?
I think he is.
Yes, he is in here, yes.
He just DM'd me to inform me that Mary Poppins did not, in fact, have a garden. So he's always watching, guys.
Joey, it's going to be bridge vault locked balance on the contract when you look at the scans. I hope that's helpful.
Awesome. I don't see any other hands raised. Jason or Peter, do we have questions on either YouTube or Discord?
We do. We have a question from Discord from Reyes to Lynn. He's got a couple of questions. The first is any hints or information concerning Titan's tweet regarding the OG migration NFTs? I think a couple of days ago, Titan tweeted that those NFTs will be precious. He hasn't shared his thinking with me, or I don't think anyone else, but I know that there's only a certain amount of them that exist, and they prove that you've been around from nearly the beginning. So to me, that is enough to be precious. Whether they will have some sort of external reason, I don't think we really know. But there's not going to be any more of them, and that's why my grandfather told me to buy land. There's not going to be any more of it. So
very smart.
One piece of speculation. And the other question from Reyes Lynn is any updates on the roadmap? To the best of their recollection, it was Q2 for a lot of the dApps, but if there's any updates on publication of the dApps, Discord would like to know.
Yeah, let me pull something up real quick. I want to make sure I'm speaking to this in the most accurate sense. So I think there are a couple of things, and I mentioned this on the last AMA. So the development team has adjusted a little bit of how we're going to be rolling out product releases as well as technical updates. Again, if you guys have been here since day one, you know anytime we do a release of any sort, the market tends to crash. And so we're trying a little bit of a different approach. I know we were saying the rest of the dApps by Q2. I think that's actually going to be pushed back. Our goal will be to have majority of the ecosystem shipped and delivered no later than Q4. That does not, however, mean that you will not see product releases throughout Q2 and Q3. So there's that in general. Also, I just want to call attention. Obviously, I'm focused on the raise, but it's not just myself that's focused on the raise. I've been spending quite a bit of time with Suresh. Suresh is working right alongside me. He's going to be in every single pitch. So that does take away from some of his development time. And the way we're kind of trying to go about this raise is we're going to go fast and furious. So that way we can get Suresh back to developing and get the resources our teams need. So I would say still expect to see product releases throughout Q2 and Q3. Do not expect to have the entire ecosystem delivered by Q2 in terms of updates on roadmaps. Hopefully that answered more questions than it's causing.
I think the roadmap that was posted it was by the end of Q3. But yeah, we just again from what I have observed in the meetings that I've been in, listening to what the developers are talking about, there's lots of things that are there's more features being added to dApps, and there's also the mystery dApp, which is going to be really, really close to being ready. I know that TJ is very much looking forward to that. So really, it's going to be nonstop building from now on. And you can expect to see multiple releases between now and the end of this year.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dog is just barking downstairs. Hope it's not.
Even Jason, even adding to your point, like we can expect to see multiple releases throughout 2023 from the roadmap and Suresh that I had to build out for the raise. So.
And I don't want to get in trouble for saying this, and I probably will, but the roadmap doesn't show everything. So just be, I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to get in trouble. But there's a lot of exciting things coming, guys.
Sorry, I think that's no, why are you apologizing? There's no need to apologize. But I think that's the fun thing about being in this space, right? Is we obviously have products that are slated out with use cases, client targets, and all of that stuff. But when you're working in an emerging technology space, there's always room for innovation. And, it doesn't matter how big the startup is, if they're VC backed, if they're not VC backed, if they're a massive project. as an industry as a whole, we're able to examine like, okay, what is the thesis of this project? How are these guys building it out? And we get to see how other folks build things out. Some things are very successful, some things are not, but it gives us, when I say us, I mean the dev team, because this is what they've expressed in meetings. It gets their creative brains going, and they're tinkering around with a lot of stuff in addition to what we already have slated and what we're currently in development on. So always room for improvements, always room for innovations, and quite honestly, I don't think anyone, even staff and everyone that's on this space right now, we how do I say this? The dev team always has surprises up their sleeve, even for us who communicate with them every single day. So I'll leave it at that.
I completely agree with that. Like sometimes I've been blindsided by the devs so many times. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? I'm like,
yeah.
And the great thing is like some of the speculation, so the wild speculation that we've had over the last few months hasn't just been me listening to that, because I feed that back to the devs, much like Jen and TJ, Peter, all of us. We feed that back, and a lot of the time they're listening in anyway. So like, and they can build. They can build if like Titan said, if we want it, we'll build it. And I don't think there's anything I can think of that they can't build. Like they can literally build anything. I say, right,
yeah.
Can you build me, I don't want to say something because I don't want to get in trouble, but like for a blockchain, for example, like if we were to do, we're not going to, it's not on our plans at the moment, or, could be in the future, you never know. But they could do it if they wanted to, they could do it, but it's just like, we've got an array of talent in our dev team. And sometimes, they don't get the praise that they deserve, Jen. I think cause we're here in the AMAs, we're talking to the community, but the work that they do is absolutely second to none. Absolutely second to none. Brilliant.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone that we've talked to, not only VCs, like obviously Wasso and I would have friendly conversation with VCs, but also just general partners. And we saw this a lot when we went to Bitcoin Miami, where we would, people would be like, oh, what are you guys working on? And Wasso and I do like the 2-3 minute elevator pitch. And then they're like, wait, how many products have you released in the past year? We let them know. And they're all like, and all of these products have adoption. And we're like, yeah. And it blows their minds. A lot of people, I think, have tried to build out a model similar to this, and it hasn't worked. But for us, it's working. And people are absolutely floored by it. And they're floored by the speed and the talent of which our dev team is able to deliver and ship products.
And it's not, and again, these iterations of our products, first to market, they're not the final version of those. There's lots more ideas that Suresh, Ben, and the team have got in the pipeline for a lot of our ecosystem dApps that are going to take them even more to the raise the bar, constantly raising the bar. Like Suresh, Ben, the whole atmosphere within the dev team, they're not happy with just what we've got. They want to always improve everything across the board.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing too. There's always going to be room for improvement because this industry is still so young. And as it grows, we will continue to grow with it. So, we have Everown out right now, but the functionality that you can find on Everown at the moment is very likely going to be different in a year from now, in 2 years.
Yeah. Sorry. This is what gets me excited, TJ.
I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
Well, just the limitless possible applications for the various tools that the team has already built. It's not only a sensational protocol for DeFi projects. It's going to be a sensational protocol for any case where digital assets need to be held securely until a set of agreed upon circumstances arise. So that's a total addressable market that we can only begin to dream of right now, and it is massive. And I can't wait to see what Everown specifically becomes over the years.
Well said.
Yeah, I think that just kind of like got me thinking about something that has become a really important theme, at least for me. And when I think about like the story and the history of our company, and really all the dApps that are currently available and available to the wider market, we built because we saw a need for these tools. We saw a need for them ourselves within our own protocol. And like that is the common thread that you're going to find through all of the products that we've released, is that they came to market and they came to life because Suresh, the dev team, our community, like our entire staff and team said, hey, there's a problem within the space. Like we did it with bridges. There's a problem with the current bridges that exist right now that have these mint and burn functions. There's a massive security problem. And this is why we're seeing bridge exploit after bridge exploits, where these mint functions are being leveraged and liquidity pools are being drained. We saw a massive problem with that. So what did we do? We invented a new way of growing cross-chain. And that the fact that that new method has adoption today is a really good indicator for us. And I think that's what makes EverRise so special, is we're not just putting products out on the market because it's like, oh, like we need like some utility, so let's come up with some random utility. Is we're identifying problems within the space and we're fixing them and bringing solutions to the table that will continue to reiterate on and improve as the space matures. But I think that's the big thing. And I know this sounds, I hope this doesn't come off as arrogant, but really, I think EverRise is an example of how any token project should be ran. The level of transparency in which we execute and operate with our community, the fact that we're going above and beyond to making sure our protocol is secure. Like, I think EverRise is the gold standard of what a strong token protocol looks like. And I think that's something that will be recognized in this space as the space matures and as more people are onboarding into our ecosystem and leveraging the tools and the platform that we've created. That was the end of my speech. I didn't really have any other thoughts.
Well said, Jen.
Thank you.
Very, very well said. We have Maverick up here. Headphones, Jason. Headphones off. There you go. I'm just going to talk over this just so YouTube doesn't pick it up as a copyright.
TJ, Jason, Jen, Peter.
Maverick, my man, how are you?
Hey, Jason. Hey, Tyler. How are you guys?
What's up,
The
man?
Avengers of DeFi. What's going on? Happy Tuesday.
Ooh,
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday indeed.
How are you guys, dude? I just saw EverRise is the #1 DeFi service on Phantom. What?
in terms of TVL,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We were on #2 yesterday, correct? And today we're #1?
So number 2 from yesterday was Avalanche. Number 1 is Phantom.
Oh, Avalanche. Okay, okay. Man,
We
that
are
is
on
so
some more
cool to
chains.
see.
We are on other chains, so keep your eye out on our feed.
Yes, we're going to be on all 5 chains so far. We're going to be #1. We the best.
We the best. I love it.
That's all I
different
had, honestly, man. We're running out of questions. Nah, you guys are too transparent. I do not have any questions, unfortunately.
That's the thing. You know, we do these community spaces Monday to Friday, obviously minus Tuesday, and questions get answered on a daily basis. And it goes back to what Jen said about, you know, the gold standard for a project. You got to be transparent, right? It's super important, especially in an industry that is so new, you know, where things change so quickly. You need to always be available. So, you know, I personally love the daily spaces. Maverick, I know you do too. I think, you know, everyone in here, I'm scrolling through the list now and I see a lot of familiar faces, but it's just a nice place to be. And I kind of want to plug those spaces now. If you don't already know, Monday to Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern, we host Twitter spaces. It's not all about crypto. It's about anything. It's a very positive, inclusive environment. We have talked about the craziest things. We've talked about crypto and DeFi. I invite every single person in here to please join us. Anyone watching this on YouTube after the fact, please join us as well. It's a very needed space, I think, right now, given the climate of the market.
I couldn't agree more. And just if you're a new person here, please come up and say hi. Don't be bashful, like Akuna says. And I am actually trying to get Elon Musk here, man. The day Elon Musk shows up in this space, I'm out. I will never come back here. That's peak for me.
Mav, peak for you is if Elon Musk comes up as a speaker and you can yell, Elon! I don't even know what you would say.
That will be amazing, man. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep tweeting at him. And hopefully it happens one day. Knock on wood.
I love it. Persistence, persistence, persistence. Mav, thank you so much for popping up.
I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. We all rise with EverRise. And do not forget, we put the D in DeFi. Let's go!
I love it. Thanks, Mav.
Let's go. Thanks, Mav.
Let's go. I don't see any other requests on Twitter Spaces. Do we have any pending questions on Discord or YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Nothing on YouTube, but go ahead, Pierre.
Yeah, we got people are interested in NFTs. Hang on, let me pull up the Discord. We can go rapid fire. There's 3 of them. Powerbeat asks, will the OG NFTs be available to mint forever? Jason, do you know the answer there?
Well, as far as I'm aware, the system is automatic, or I should say automated. I don't know the difference between the two. So I don't believe there's any plan to turn that system off. So yeah, and there shouldn't be. I mean, there's going to be people that still hold V1 Rise that may want to migrate in the future, and that option will be open to them, and they can claim their NFT. And for those people that have already done the migration that haven't claimed all of their migration NFTs just yet, that option is open. And I will get clarification from the development team, but as far as I'm aware, that's how I understand it. Now, let's TJ, could you just ask that in the dev chat?
Sure can.
Is that all right?
Well, one thing I'll point out is that none of us are aware of any conversation about their availability closing off, which we would certainly know of by now. So it's certainly indefinite, but whether it is infinite, we don't know yet. But
yeah, and you just know, like everything else, like if there was ever a reason for that to change for whatever reason, you guys would be given sufficient notice. Like there would be, we wouldn't just turn it off. We would give at least, I would imagine, 24 hours or more, probably a lot more than that notice for people to get their OG NFTs. But like I said, I don't believe there's any plan in disabling that function for whatever reason. So as far as I'm aware, indefinite.
I would have to say the same.
I have
waiting
more
on confirmation from the dev team, but as far as I know, and as, what I can imagine, I assume it would be open indefinitely.
Yeah.
I see Ben is typing.
Nice.
We'll find out in a moment.
As he gets that answer out, we can turn to the next Discord NFT question from Pancakes. Pancakes asks, OG NFTs are ERC 1155, and achievement NFTs are also ERC 1155. Anything we should know about this NFT standard? Does anybody have any thoughts on?
Sorry, I was just reading Ben's reply.
I'm trying to get around it. Could you repeat that? Sorry, Peter.
Well, why don't you, if Ben has got a reply, why don't we push that out first and we can...
Okay, well, do you want to read that out? Because I don't quite understand it.
Let's see, 1 second. If you have the transactions, if you have the wallet that has engaged in the V1 migration, then you always have the kind of key to access the NFTs. But whether that will go on indefinitely, we're still waiting for that answer, I think.
yeah, we're still waiting for the answer. What was the question that you just read out? Sorry, that I didn't quite pay attention to.
In Discord, the question is just basically, what is ERC 1155? Because the OG NFTs and the achievement NFTs are minted on the ERC 1155. So the question is, anything we should know about this NFT standard? Google's
your friend. I don't know enough about... TJ, go ahead, please.
1155 kind of takes, as far as I know, the best of the best from ERC 721. It's gas efficient. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I'm going to Google it. But as far as I know, it's somewhat of a multi-token standard. I do see some NFT projects launching on 1155. I think the main reason is because it's the most gas efficient. I'm not 100% sure, but I will get a confirmation.
Ben actually just put in the chat, in the staff chat, he's saying that ERC 1155 allows NFTs to stack, so you can have 5 of the same one type. And he also just echoed what you said, TJ. It is cheaper on gas.
There you have it. There you have it. Yes, it looks like it is indefinite.
Yeah, so question from Moogly Boy on YouTube concerning OG NFTs. It was said at the time that doing one migration and multiple staking was okay to get multiple NFTs, but I happen to only have one. So if you right, so when you migrated, if you've got one migration NFT, then it's most likely because you migrated your whole amount. And I actually had somebody that messaged me that they didn't quite reach the threshold for one of the animals. There was a portion of their tokens that was unallocated to any. Let me try and explain this. So basically, the animal that they got was between the threshold of that and the next one, so therefore they had a portion of tokens which essentially didn't benefit them an NFT animal. So, but because they did that all in one transaction, the way it works is it's based on the transaction. So if you've done your whole amount as one transaction, you just get the animal that's closest to the threshold of the tokens that you transferred across, if that makes sense. Did I explain that well enough, TJ?
That made sense to me.
Likewise.
Cool. I did bring up the last man as a speaker. Hey, how are you? Thank you for your patience.
Thank you. Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I got a question about when you stake the NFT and then you once it's done and you claim the NFT. Now, I was wondering about like when you unstake it, does the NFT go along with it away? Like say like if I want to stake it, but I already claimed the NFT and I want to sell the unstaked tokens, do I lose the NFT that I claimed on the coins that I staked to get the NFT?
No. The achievement NFT is completely separate. It is awarded for completing your stake period. So after the fact, once your stake ends, it's completely separate. You can do whatever you want. You could sell, you could restake, etc. But the achievement NFT is totally separate.
You will always own that NFT until you decide to do it, sell it or to transfer it to another wallet.
As long as you claim it before you claim anything. And
yes.
Just a reminder, you always have to claim your achievement NFTs if your NFT is unlocked before you either unstake, extend, etc., because you will lose access to the achievement NFT if you relock or restake without claiming. So as long as you claim your achievement NFT, then with your NFT stake, if you wanted to unstake and sell some of those tokens, or if you wanted to restake, you're more than welcome to do so.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank y'all for your time.
No problem.
I don't see any other hands up in spaces. If you do have a question, please do raise your hand.
I got another one from Discord, TJ.
Lay it on us.
AOD asks, any ETA on the merge stake function? I don't believe we have an ETA.
No.
I know something that we're thinking of, but as far as timelines on that, I think it's sort of get certain elements of the ecosystem out first and then revisit that. But I'm actually not 100% sure. Jen, you said correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Awesome. Anything else on YouTube? I'm not seeing anything in spaces.
Akuna's asked on YouTube, Do we have anyone in Austin, Texas for Consensus 2022? Seeing a lot of Twitter activity on people going there.
Jen,
I
you
will.
want this one?
Yeah, I will be at Consensus 2022. So if you're around, hit me up in the DMs. If I am able to meet up with you, I would absolutely love to. But yeah, I will be storming Austin, Texas. I'm very, very excited. A lot of Web3 folks that I met at Bitcoin Miami will also be over there in Austin. So it'll be a fun gathering.
Jen, you're slowly taking all of America.
I'm just very, very slowly just making my way around all the states.
There you go. Good question, Hakuna. Very good question.
When is it? Sorry?
It starts on June 9th. I'll probably arrive in Austin on June 8th. I still need to finalize the travel. Just waiting for a couple of meetings to lock in so I can figure out when I can leave.
Yeah.
Very cool. Not seeing any more questions.
Come on, guys, get your hands up. If you want to come up and ask any questions, now's the time. And also, if you're watching on YouTube and you got any questions, feel free to stick them in the chat and I'll read them out to the team. I am going to keep scanning through the messages, but I don't see anything at the moment, TJ.
Okie dokie, no problem. Let me check Telegram.
I have another question. I missed it from last week in Discord. How is the team going to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Rise in general, as individuals and as a team? I don't know, actually, as a team, but I know as an individual, like when June 15th rolls around, I'll be spending a lot of time just reflecting on how insane this year has been. Not only for myself personally, but for, I think, everybody in the community. To be involved with this project that is so promising and has so much potential to do so many positive things in a brand new space. So personally, I'm going to be spending June 15th just like, holy hell, like, what a year. So that's my plan. As far as what the team does, I don't know.
It's a very good point. Well, I'm sure, Peter, we will be all celebrating together in one form or another.
It's just incredible. It's just incredible, TJ. Isn't it really? Like, we're approaching a year.
It's mind-blowing. It feels like yesterday that we launched. It literally feels like yesterday. I was sitting back there right behind me when we launched, and it is... We've come such a long way in a year. It blows my mind. We went from a simple buyback token to the protocol building the necessary applications in order for Web3 and decentralized finance to thrive. Every application that we built, everything on our roadmap solves a problem, which leads to adoption. So, to have done this in a year with such a small team, it's incredible. Nicola, I'm going to hand it over to you, my friend. How are you? Thank you for popping up.
Hello, my friend. Nice. How about you?
Doing very well, thank you.
I just wanted to ask maybe a little stupid question, but I just read it. Do you have any news on venture capital? And if so, do we have any timeline? Like, when do we want to get positive news or something?
Jen, I'm going to hand this over to you.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the call, we're getting ready to go out to market. Beyond having a ton of meetings lined up, I do not have any updates that I feel comfortable sharing with. And the reality is we will likely not be disclosing any more updates from the round in terms of who has come on and all those various things until it's closed. So what I can share is we are planning on moving fast and furious through this process. This isn't a process that we want to draw out for a very long time. And we do have quite a bit of investor interest. So beyond those things, I unfortunately can't really share any more details with regards to how the round is going.
I mean, I'm sure if we could, we would. But it's just we can't.
Yeah.
And it's exciting for us just as much as it is for the community. the process is very positive. Like we said earlier on, I had the privilege of sitting down and listening to Suresh and Jen pitch the entire deck to myself and the rest of the team. Believe me when I say that absolutely everything has been done to find such a professional pitch, and it's I guess where I'm going with this is that, I'm just as excited as you are, but it's improper for us to comment on it. But as soon as we can, like Jen says, we're not going to draw it out any longer than we need to. She'll give you the update.
Yeah. And I do want to just share this because I do remember after we announced that we would be doing a VC round, people, I saw some comments and some feedback of like, wouldn't this have been so much more exciting if the team would have announced like a venture firm was already signed on and various other things. I'm sure for those of you guys who have been here since day one, you've seen it. The way our team operates is we like to be fully transparent with the community. And it was important to us before we went to market with this round that we informed you guys that we were raising a round. So that way, once we completed and finished the round, no one was shocked that we took the VC route and went that direction. So that's the reason why we shared it with you guys so early. So that way you guys would be aware of what the team is actively working on, especially from a business perspective. But the updates will come. And when the news comes and all of that stuff, you will all be made aware. And I'm fairly certain that, knock on wood, everyone sitting in this space and everyone in the broader EverRise community will be very excited and happy with what we've put together. So.
Well said, Jen. Nicola, do you have any other questions or?
Not actually. Thanks for answering. It's very professional. Thanks.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
Nicola.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for popping up, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks.
TJ,
The same.
Yes, Jason.
I've got a question for Jen.
Sure.
Cybermule is asking, is Jen wearing a new EverRise camo hoodie, and is it in the merch store?
I think someone was asking us, what are we planning on doing for our 1 year? And we have a couple of things planned. I don't know if I'm wearing a clue right now. I know it's summer, but I don't know. Is this a new camo EverRise hoodie that people would like to see in the merch store?
I want that hoodie, Jen.
I want that hoodie too, Jen.
Jen, look at TJ. He's wearing the OG 2021 edition.
Yeah, this isn't even from the store. This is from a beach.
Yes, I did actually order some samples off of the merch store to see how the product quality was and to see what it looked like before I put it up. So expect to see some fun updates if you guys are into this. Ironically, I'm in Los Angeles and it's freezing for some reason. So here I am in a hoodie.
Like the shed is so hot, and I've got the door shut as well, so I've got the proper lighting. So it's like I can wear a hoodie right now.
I don't know how you do it, Jay. I don't know. Brought up Crypto Batman. Hey, Batman.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Where's this hoodie you guys talk about Jen's wearing? I don't see it. Is it her profile picture? I don't see it.
No, it's live on YouTube. So the weekly AMAs are streamed on Twitter Spaces and live on YouTube. So myself, Jason, Peter, and Jen are all on video. So that is what is being referenced.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go look at that because I definitely want some EverRise merch. That's for sure.
And whilst you're over there, very quickly, sorry to butt in, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, for sure.
Smash that like button.
Just a question about the staking NFTs. Do the NFTs have a set value to them if you want to sell them or something? Like I'm new to NFTs, so I don't know how it all works with trying to sell them and stuff. If you wanted to sell.
Yeah. So go ahead, TJ. You take this.
Yeah, the way that the secondary NFT market works is it's totally based on demand. It's what someone is willing to pay for an NFT. The staking NFTs themselves, they do have value tied to them because there are locked Rise tokens. I'm not sure if you're talking about the staking NFTs themselves or the OG holder NFTs. or the achievement NFTs?
All of them, really.
So it really comes down to what someone is willing to pay for it. So you can go on an NFT marketplace and list an NFT for anything you want. Doesn't mean it's going to sell. If you list your OG Kraken on, an NFT marketplace for one BNB and it sells, someone's willing to pay one BNB. But there is no set rate at, you should be charging this if you want to sell it. A lot of people are holding them just because they love them. So it could create scarcity, and then you never know over the course of time. So it's really up to you.
And it really is, TJ. I just want to say, it's really there are people that are looking. I know that in Discord and Telegram, there's people that are looking at OpenSea right now, and they're looking at people selling their Rise staking NFTs. Why, you may ask? Because a lot of these NFTs that are listed on there have already got 4 or 5 months or more of the time already dwindled, so if you got a 12-month NFT, that time may have been cut by half, at this point, and they can essentially buy a staking NFT with half the duration left of it. So there's definitely a lot of people, and if you're not already in the Discord, you may be in the Telegram, but especially in the Discord, there's an actual NFT channel where they talk about exactly that. So if you're looking to find out more about the Rise staking NFTs and ask any questions, feel free to ask in there. We've got such great community members in there that we'll be more than happy to help.
Cool. Sounds good. I tend to stay away from Discord because I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. I got so confused and frustrated with trying to use it, but I can check out Telegram for sure.
You could always go into the TA channel in Telegram as well and ask a question. There's, again, our Telegram's also full of helpful people.
Yeah, for sure. And that was my next question would have been where would you buy or sell them? And you said OpenSea, is that right?
It's the most popular for obviously, but it's only for Ethereum and Polygon NFTs. If you're on BNB or Phantom or Avalanche, there's other marketplaces out there, but they're compatible with every marketplace. So
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. And Jan and Peter, I noticed you guys have your I don't know if you always had it or not, but you have your blue check mark from Twitter, verified thing. Did you guys always have that? I know Jason and TJ did, and EverRise.
I'm the newest member. Jen, you've had yours for a while, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I had mine pre-EverRise days, actually.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I know. I kind of knew Peter didn't, so congrats on that, Peter. That's awesome.
Thanks. I think I really owe it to kind of the EverRise name, as Twitter goes through their Byzantine process of how to verify. I'm sure, being associated with a project that is transparent and has, clear goals focused around security, I'm sure that had to help me out quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. Good, guys. Everyone have a great day and a great rest of the week.
Thank you, Batman. You too, my friend. Hope to see you up here next week.
Take care.
Have a good
For
one.
sure. You too.
I'm going to be bringing up a Bolfaz. Hey, Abol. Hope I said that right. Abolfaz, you might have to unmute in the bottom left-hand corner. Going once. Going twice. We are approaching 3 o'clock, so you are the last question, or the potential last question of the day. And going 3 times. All right. Well, with that said, guys, it was a great AMA today. I want to thank everyone who joined us as a listener, everyone who.
But it's I love being here every Tuesday and every day during the week. see you all, 2:00 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time every weekday. Don't forget to check out Enrique's Spanish language EverRise Spaces on Saturdays, I believe at 1:30 p.m. Eastern as well. It's actually really awesome to see that different language channels are opening up. So I think that's the first of many as EverRise goes international. So don't forget to check that out on Saturday and follow Enrique's account down there. That is Rise Army Latino. You can see him as ironwhale.eth.
Well said. We'll go to Jason, and then Jen, you'll close out the show for today.
Echoing what Peter said there with the international spaces. That I wish I could learn another language. Like I sat into a couple of those Spanish speaking spaces, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm listening to, but I love it. I love anyone that opens up an EverRise space. I will always do my best to jump in and listen and join in. You guys are awesome. The community is awesome. Keep rocking it on Twitter, guys. Keep that engagement going. When everything's all doom and gloom out on the Twitter sphere, EverRise, we're unaffected by that, and we're still getting out the educational content. We're still tweeting #EverRise. Also, if you're not already a part of our YouTube, please go over to YouTube, subscribe, and hit the like button if you're watching now. Tomorrow night, again, just a reminder, I'll be doing a chilled vibe session of just like kind of talking through the EverRise ecosystem with live chat. Look forward to you joining me tomorrow. Thank you again to all the mods and all the hard work they do on Discord and Telegram too. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And Jen, feel free to close it off.
I mean, I feel like everyone did such a good job on touching on all of the things. So I'll just do a quick recap in case you missed it in the last couple of minutes. But daily spaces, 2 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, Jason's going to go live and give you guys kind of a behind the scenes look at what happens at EverRise and walk you through the ecosystem. So if you're around tomorrow evening, be sure to tune in for that. For those of you guys who enjoy fast-paced conversations, join our Telegram group. For those of you guys who like the little bit of slower-paced conversations, but very deeply intellectual conversations, join our Discord. And of course, check out our Reddit. I personally go to sleep every night scanning the Reddit, falling asleep to the Reddit. Our Reddit moderators and community are also incredibly awesome. So check those guys out. We'll be here. There will be a weekly wrap up on Friday. What we're going to do over the next couple of weeks is we're going to move them to a bi-weekly cadence, just so everyone's aware. So you may see my face some weeks, you may not see it other weeks, but that's why. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the internet. I mean, that's it for me. Keep smashing it on Twitter, as Jason said.
We're also on Facebook and Instagram too.
If that's your format or medium, we do post content there regularly.
Absolutely.
Well said. Team, thank you very much for joining today. Appreciate it, and hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their week. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye,
everyone.
Awesome. Bye, everyone.